Hello and welcome, my name is Lissenden-Carter and this is my Draw My Life. So it starts with my mum and dad. They grew up on the streets next to each other pretty much their entire lives. My mum and dad are Laura and Dave. There's a bit of an age gap. My dad's about 8 years older than my mum, but he was this cool dude in a band and my mum fancied him when she was a teenager, which is quite cute. There she is. Anyway, fast forward to the future, Doctor Who style, incredible artwork there. My dad is in a bar and just having a good night, and then my mum walks in, who is actually about 26 now, so she's had a massive glow up, and they fall in love, and then 2 weeks later they find out that they're having me. The heavens have blessed them with an angel of a child, and that's me. So they get engaged, they get married, and I got to go to the wedding. But apparently my dad was late, but we're not going to talk about that. The priest did ask if anyone had any objections, and apparently I screamed the church down, which is quite a story. Anyway, our family grew, so it was me, my sister now, who's called Dana, and mum and dad, and loads of pets. We've always had so many cats. We've now got a dog who's given to us by mum's boss really randomly, and those are guinea pigs. We always had loads and loads of guinea pigs. I know they do not look like guinea pigs, they look like aliens, but yeah. Sometime after my sister was born, my dad made the news for a very negative reason. He did something really, really silly. He stuck his head out of a train window and hit his head on a tunnel, causing himself a massive head injury. My mum heard the whole thing over the phone. Luckily, there was a train guard on board called John who found my dad just in the nick of time. He was an ex-paratrooper, so he knew what to do and saved my dad's life. I owe everything that my family is now to John, who is our hero. I then went to school, Maidenbower Primary School. It was really fun, I did like it. We got to do loads of fun things, but as the years went on, it got a little bit harder for me to focus because I did have undiagnosed ADHD. Right up until I was 17 actually was when it got diagnosed, and pretty much my whole school life I was detentioning all the time, always being in trouble, and it really got me down and knocked my confidence a lot. Eventually, I was about 13, maybe 12 actually, I joined a club called NTC, which is Nautical Training Cadets. So it's like the Navy really, but for kids. And we got to do loads of fun things, sailing, kayaking, shooting. I was actually really good at shooting. I got the record because I could never miss. And we had a really good day once. We had a talent show which was performed to the mayor and I won. I sang Santa Baby, which is really a weird song for a 12-year-old to sing, but we move. When I was about 13 or 14, I did something really silly. I also had a bit of a head injury. I had a bike accident. I wasn't wearing a helmet, which is just so stupid, and I crashed into a car. And I was fine after a few days, but I didn't realise the problems it would cause me in the future. I now have fibromyalgia, which is chronic pain syndrome, and it gives you all sorts of horrible things like brain fog, just pain everywhere all the time. So I've had that for about 6 years, but that wasn't diagnosed till really late either because we just had no idea what was wrong. So I did school with fibromyalgia and ADHD, both undiagnosed, which made it so difficult. It was really hard, but I found comfort in things like Lord of the Rings, really geeky things like Doctor Who. I loved doing calligraphy, and I really took a lot of comfort in music and singing and musicals. Stuff like that really helped me through. I don't know how I would have done school without being really passionate about those things. When GCSEs came, there was about 14 exams, and in my head I smashed it. I got pretty much all Bs. So, with all the problems that I had at school, that was really brilliant for me. I then got my first job at Primark. Good old Primark. It was really fun. I didn't last very long. I lasted about 4 months because they wouldn't let me go on holiday. So I was like, no, I'm not having that. I want to go to Devon. So I went to Devon and I left. But then I got another job, which was really fun actually. I started working with my mum. We would take about 30 kids out to the forests and teach them skills like lighting fires, even in the rain, making functioning bow and arrows out of sticks, dens, all of that stuff. It was really fun. I even learned how to do a flip. I couldn't do one now, so, you know. But that was only in the holidays, so I did have to get a better job financially, and I started working in the airport for Sunglass Hut, which was really fun. There we got commission and we got to meet amazing people from all around the world. Unfortunately, I was, however, struggling a lot with mental health and depression, really bad relationships, and just struggling with my fibromyalgia and everything like that. I was in a really dark place. But eventually, my boyfriend at the time dumped me, and I found this newfound confidence somehow, and applied for Tully's Farm Shoptober, which is a Halloween event. And the audition process was really, really weird. It was like X Factor, but a lot weirder. So there were these judges, and they'd get you to do all these things, like pretend you've woken up in a glass box, like you're dead, you know, that sort of thing, scare someone on a chair. There were 2 auditions, quite intense, really long days. I remember waiting by the phone afterwards really, really anxiously, but was absolutely ecstatic when I got the job. I first got the job in Cellar, which is a maze. It was amazing, absolutely loved it. But my favourite was definitely the hayride, which was a big tractor that would take around a trailer full of customers to all these different sets out in the woods. We had to do it in all the rain, all the mud, but it was just absolutely amazing. You could be a dead cowgirl one day, a sacrifice the next. My favourite character was Twinkles the clown though. I love Twinkle, which is the most random, horrifying thing ever. But yeah, I loved it. Tully's did do a lot for me and my confidence and my mental health. It made me realise that I would never let ADHD or fibromyalgia drag me down again, ever. Because I could do anything despite having all these problems, and that I'm a strong person. I was really inspired by all the people that I met at Tully's. They're my best friends now, but they inspired me to apply for uni and follow my dreams of being an actor, and now here I am, telling everyone my story. Thank you very, very much for watching.